Hey guys, welcome to Riding Shotgun. I'm your host, Dr. Lorie Lofquist. This podcast is going to take you for a ride in the passenger seat. So climb aboard so that you can get armed with everything that you need to know in order to make health and wellness decisions that are important for your life and your family's life. So sit back, relax, and let's roll. Hello. Okay, so today we're going to talk about chiropractic myths. Things that people have said or said to me, or I've overheard somebody say, or I've seen somebody post on Facebook. And these are myths that I just want to take a couple of minutes just to kind of debunk them. This is probably going to be a couple-part series, so stay tuned for future myths that I come up with. Let's start with this big one, that not many people see a chiropractor. While it is true that it's only estimated that 10% or less of the United States population sees a chiropractor, there is some form of spinal manipulation in every country in the world. Spinal manipulation goes all the way back to Hippocrates. Hippocrates wrote all about adjusting the spine and how it removed the blockages in the body and allowed the body to actually heal itself. So while in the United States, chiropractic is just a little over 100 years old, and it's estimated again that less than 10% of our population does seek chiropractic care, once a family member starts, it's not very long before the whole family is actually seeing the chiropractor. People very quickly come around to the idea of what we do and how we heal people naturally without the use of drugs and surgery. So many people are so tired of going to the doctor, spending 2 minutes or 5 minutes with the doctor, being prescribed some pill to go and take that may or may not solve their issue, or they may or may not have to be on that for the rest of their life. Chiropractic is extremely natural, and it's the third largest primary healthcare group behind medicine and dentistry. Another myth that commonly gets talked about is chiropractors are not real doctors. And whenever I get told this, I just simply have to laugh. Why are we not real doctors? We're not real medical doctors. We don't have a prescription pad and run around writing scripts all the time. I get that. And I get that the common perception is that to be a doctor, you would be a medical doctor. That is not what we're saying. We are doctors. But if we take a look at how medical doctors and chiropractic doctors go to school, the caseload, the workload that they go through are very, very similar. There are minor differences between the two. A doctor of chiropractic is going to focus much more on musculoskeletal issues. They're going to focus on adjusting and honing their craft. And a medical doctor is going to spend a lot more time on pharmacology. It's what we do. Chiropractors adjust the spine. They look for nerve interference. They look for ways to make the body help heal itself naturally. A medical doctor knows when to step in with modern science. I am not anti-modern medicine. I'm not at all. There are situations where pharmaceutical therapy needs to be implemented. It needs to happen. There are situations that I have had to refer out for surgery, and I'm not against that, but I am very pro chiropractic before surgery, unless it's some sort of traumatic event that, there's no way around it. If it's something that came on gradually, it can probably go away with chiropractic care. If it can't, you can always be referred out there. The conservative care route is always the better way to go. But as far as medical doctors comparing to chiropractic, we're two separate entities. Both of us are required to do a residency and get clinical evaluations prior to doing graduation. Both professions are required to pass national board exams prior to getting your license. Continuing education credits are required to maintain a good standing within your licensing board. We do the same requirements by law. We just have two ways of approaching a problem. And that's the thing. So when somebody comes up to me and says, oh, chiropractors are quacks or chiropractors are not real doctors, I somewhat take offense to that. I worked very hard. It's not a degree that I got out of a Cracker Jack box. I worked my butt off for a number of years, just like my medical doctor did, to get my degree. And then now that I'm out in practice, which that's exactly what it is, it's practice, it's honing your craft and being very specialized in what you're doing. So chiropractors are indeed 100% real doctors, just like a medical doctor is a real doctor and a doctor of osteopathy is a real doctor. Dentists are even doctors. So when somebody were to say a chiropractor is not a real doctor, I don't typically correct them. I just take it with a grain of salt, but do understand that we do work very hard and we have gone through just as many hours of education as a medical doctor. The next myth I want to talk about is chiropractors only treat back pain. And this one, I wish that chiropractors would have addressed this myth so much earlier. While it is true that chiropractic is one of the best options for low back pain, and that was just proven through JAMA, just produced an article that said low back pain is more effective than surgery, and medical doctors are starting to come around to it. I get patients referred to me all the time by my medical doctor colleagues for low back pain. They send patients over because they know that the pain drugs is just going to mask the symptoms. They need somebody who's actually going to get to the root cause and fix it. So they trust me enough with their patients to send them over to me so that I can fix that low back pain and make them better. Back pain in chiropractic is known for that. However, we are trained highly in musculoskeletal conditions. We can treat any joint in the entire body, and we're able to address all nerve interference issues going on as well in the body. There are things with chiropractic that can be addressed that someone who has never seen a chiropractor wouldn't even know. For example, some of my best success stories start with a patient who comes and sees me because they have had headaches daily, or they've had headaches every week for a very, very long time, and they're sick and tired of having headaches. And it's actually nerve interference in the neck that's causing them to have this headache. People are just amazed. I've saved numerous children from having to have tubes put in their ears because of the spinal manipulations opening up the eustachian tubes so that the ears can drain normally and effectively the way that they're supposed to drain. We've helped colic, ADD, colds, flus, numbness and tingling. That's something a lot of people get in their hands. I have people come in and say, oh, I think I'm having carpal tunnel, but they're having numbness and tingling in both hands. That's not traditional carpal tunnel. So a good exam and a good history really gets them a lot of relief very quickly.
Hey guys, what a ride. I hope you enjoyed it. Now that you have been armed with that knowledge, I want you to go out and apply it. Know someone who could benefit from this info? Please share it with them. We'd love to hear from you. Call or text us at 636-678-4342. Or better yet, stop in and say hi the next time you're around our Fenton, Missouri office.